We have a new strain, but an old approach. There is no big picture federal policy. Instead, we have a localized plan to keep an eye on passengers flying in from the United Kingdom to our area airports. New reports of a second, possibly more contagious strain of coronavirus in the United Kingdom, forcing elected and health officials to address some old but still critically important questions. Questions such as, will another lockdown be effective? Or is it simply the equivalent of shutting the barn door after the horse bolted? After all, this is video from a few days ago, showing crowds in London packing a train station, trying to flee the city on news of the latest lockdown. Again, this was a few days ago.
When you have this amount of spread within a place like the UK, that you really need to assume that it's here already. It may not, and certainly is not the dominant strain, but I would not be surprised at all if it is already here.
I acted proactively, frankly, for New York.
Still, Dr. Anthony Fauci's ominous warning has not discouraged New York Governor Andrew Cuomo from pushing Virgin Atlantic, British Airways, and Delta Airlines to COVID test their passengers before they arrive at JFK and Newark Airport.
The way we got COVID in the spring was the federal government thought the coronavirus was still in China. It had gone to Europe, and it came here from Europe. And this is almost redux.
That brings us to another pressing question. Will the two new vaccines from Pfizer and Moderna work effectively on new strains of coronavirus?
When you think about how the vaccines are working, they're targeting something on the virus called a spike protein.
Veteran vaccine researcher Craig Lipset says there is reason to be confident because recent vaccine development is based on the same mRNA technology.
Even if that spike protein were to change, even if there were a significant change in the COVID virus, we now have confidence that this mRNA technology can be adapted very quickly against a new target.
Lipset warns that there are still a lot of questions to be answered, namely how long is the protection for the virus? How strong is that response? But he says, given what we know right now, there is solid promise to move forward and have confidence in these two vaccines, even against these new strains. We're live at Newark Liberty International Airport tonight. Jay Dow, Pix 11 News.